Burning pain in one of the toes typically is from what's called a Morton's neuroma. This is not always the only cause of burning pain in the toes, but if this is truly a Morton's neuroma, there's a few things that we really start to hammer and really start to work on right away. This is something that is very much fixable. This is very much something that you can continue to train while we're working, while we're treating it. And this is also something that ultimately will clear up and the body will heal up and will make it go away. That's the greatest thing I think a lot of our patients here. Typically what will happen, Morton's neuroma, is basically swelling or thickening of the nerve in between the toes and the toe bones themselves. It's typically either in the third, fourth, or fifth toe. Typically it's more toward the third or fifth. A lot of times people will tell you right away, oh, it's a neuroma. It usually comes from running and a lot of high impact, and then as the foot starts to swell, it starts to put even more pressure on that nerve, and that's when the people's feet will start to get numb and tingly. Very similar treatment on some of this is similar to how we treat bunions, how we treat some of the other foot and ankle pains. We really need to make sure that, one, you're wearing a wide enough shoe while you're doing your activities. With your toes are getting cramped up, they're getting crammed together, if they're getting really, really tight in there, we need to widen toe box. Along with that, we don't sell shoes, but we do have some stuff that can help out spread your toes out. The correct toes here are great for that. They will sit in between your toes. They will make your toes go from this to like this. And you can wear them for a couple minutes, up to a couple hours. You can wear them during your run-ins. You can wear them during your workouts and stuff like that. That's why we love them. You can also wear them inside your shoes, or actually you wear them inside your socks, which then you put your shoes over top of. Which is another reason we love them, because it makes compliance very easy. Well, along with that, a lot of times we need to strengthen up the muscles in the feet themselves. The lack of strength in the feet, especially if you're trying to run distances, can cause lots of problems, and Morton's neuroma is one of them. So how we do that, we'll tend to start doing some specific calf raises on one of our favorite calf raise devices called the Toe Pro. If you've been here before and you had some toe issues, you know what this guy is. This is great to really start strengthening the muscles of the feet. One of the things that's coming out from one of the places called Human Locomotion, they tell us that your big toe should be able to generate about 10% of your body weight and strength underneath of it, and the 4 small toes should generate about 7% of the strength underneath of that. Now that's, unfortunately, that's a great number to shoot for, and that's not what the strength levels are for a lot of our runners out there. So once we start getting those strength levels up, a lot of times too, that will start helping to clear a lot of things up. On the treatment side of stuff in there in the clinic, one of the other things we will really kind of focus on a lot that will help quite a bit is a technique called dry needling. We'll do some needling typically in the inner parts of the calf, and we'll do some in the foot itself. Usually for Morton's neuroma, we'll go in through the top of the foot, kind of, and in between with these little tiny needles here. They're really not too bad, I swear. They hurt a lot less than needles from injections and that kind of stuff. It actually feels pretty good after a bit too, and we also hook that up to some e-stim to get some stuff. Really get that nerve to calm down. One of the other things sometimes we have found out with a few patients that it's not the Morton's neuroma causing the problem. It's actually an irritated nerve caused by some issues coming from the low back. So one of the things we also want to make sure, first off, is their low back moving okay? Then we go back and kind of check their symptoms through the foot. If the foot's still the same, then we make sure we're going to hammer everything in the foot. If they move the back around and the foot stuff starts to clear up all of a sudden, out of nowhere, we're going to really start focusing on making sure the low back needs to it's moving as well as it can. So if you guys are having issues with a Morton's neuroma, if you're having issues with numb or tingly feet, we can definitely help you out with that. We love working with this kind of stuff. It's not something that traditional chiropractors are thought to work with, but we do a great job at getting people back and living and having fun with their lives without numb, tingly, painful feet.